Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Greased and Gas, and this weekend we are at beautiful sunny Queenscliff. So it has absolutely turned the weather on here. So Queenscliff is a bench session on the Friday night. We have Adventure Park or a cruise today, and then tomorrow the show and shine. So we're going to show you all of that, and we're going to interview some people that are attending the run as well. But right now I've got my bathers ready and I'm off to get on some rides here. So keep watching and we'll get that all to you.
We're here with Dino, one of the Geelong Street Rodders, and his Plymouth 1959 Plymouth Belvedere. How long have you had this car for, Dino?
I've had this car now for 14 years.
14 years, right? And the build took?
7 years.
7 years. Now you got the car, you got this one as just a body, was it?
Just a body, had no motor, no interior, had all the trim, all that sort of stuff, but it was all in pretty bad condition. The car had been painted, but when we stripped the paint off it,
was it? Right.
Treats.
It's pretty ordinary. So then you bought another complete car from South Australia, was it?
Yep, another 59.
And shipped over?
Shipped over. It was that rusty you couldn't even open the doors.
Right.
But it had everything in it, steering wheel, seats, all the spare trims and everything I needed to do this. Pick through all the stuff to get the best of it, to get re-chroming. And I also had to get a lot of parts from America as well, just the die-cast stuff for the chroming. Got plenty of that over. The Americans sent a lot of the junk over to us, but I eventually got what I wanted.
Right, okay, yep. So there was a bit of hunting for some of the parts, was there?
Oh, there was a lot of hunting. You go to the swap meets, so you don't find parts for Plymouth Belvederes.
So, like, some of the models were, in that era, were just one-off models. Was this the same as this, that it was a 59 only, they completely changed it by 1960, or was there a few crossover? Okay, it was pretty much, which makes it a lot harder to hunt down, doesn't it?
This is Australian right-hand drive one. All the dealers got together.
Oh, really?
They imported 1958 and 1959. They imported Plymouth, DeSotos and Dodgers.
Right.
The DeSotos and Dodgers were sedans. Plymouths were hardtops.
Right, okay. And so this was the top of the range car and it's Australian built.
Yeah, so these Plymouth Belvedere over in America is probably the lower end of the market.
Right.
So they didn't sell many hardtops in the Plymouth, so they sent all the hardtops. It was like 70 or 80 from what I've worked out.
Right, okay.
Each year they sent the hardtops to us, whereas the high range stuff, the DeSotos and the Dodgers, they sent the sedans over to us in Australia because they used to sell a lot of hardtops in America. That's the story I got told.
Right, okay.
So they all had the same right-hand drive dash. They did a dash for these three models, and the dealers sold them out.
Right, okay.
So competing was still then with Chrysler Raw, was the Chrysler product here.
Right, yep.
And the dealers wanted to get together and do this type of car. Like Johnny O'Keefe bought one brand new, and raw around, and he ended up having a bad accident in New South Wales.
Okay,
right. Didn't get any parts off that though.
Nothing to salvage.
No.
So these come out with a 318, but you have in yours, you've got a
392 Hemi. These come out with a big block as well.
They did.
As well as an option. But yeah, this has got the 392 Hemi.
blowing, what size blower? 671?
671.
671,
blower.
twin carbies.
Yeah, twin carbies, the 625 CFM.
Right, yeah.
And everything was built for the blower, so it's about 8.5 compression with the proper pistons, and the bottom end of these are really tough.
Right.
All the guys in the day used to take these motors out and drag racing, as you know.
Right, yep, so
and they're really good crank.
hard to get hold of these motors because you had to get it from
Very
the
hard.
States.
Yeah, got it from the States. Dave Reynolds helped me rebuild it all. We redid a lot of it actually that was done. It was all machined and flat packed, basically it was called.
Right, okay, yep.
And then got it in. But yeah, just definitely wanted a blown Hemi, so this was the car for that.
Yeah. Big motor, big car, big wings.
That's right.
Sort of thing. Now you've kept all the trim and everything on there because it just suits the car. This is the original colour of this car, and that sort of thing. Same as the interior.
Yep. In the interior, and I just like the look of the 50s cars. I reckon they got it right then with the chrome and the bling and everything on them. So I didn't want to change any of that, but I did want to change the running gear and the way it looked like that. So
right. Yeah. Give it some real attitude. Now, we're just at the tail end of the hot rod of the Geelong Street Rodders Queenscliff Rod Run. So Dino's always had a big part. I think you stepped back a little bit this year.
I haven't been on the committee.
But no. You've been here all weekend and part of it. How has it gone? How's it been?
It's brilliant.
It's another huge weekend, wasn't it?
The weather was on our side. Starting off on Friday night, we had a little bit of a cool breeze come in, but when we went down to the Oval there for our meet and greet, it was fantastic atmosphere, and we got the Oval to park on, nice green grass. So that went really well, and a lot of spectators just come down that look at the entrance hot rods as well. And then Saturday, we have the breakfast, but we went to a venture park. So the weather was nice and warm for that, for the kids to go, and the big kids as well.
Beautiful
all
swimming and slides. Staying cool there.
Yeah, and they gave us a bit of lunch in there as well as part of the entrance. And then there's also the cruise that goes around to the winery, so people who don't have kids don't want to go to the adventure park. And then today, this is our day where the Lions Club get to get the money off the gate takings. We give all that to them, and they divvy it around to the charities they want. So we always try and get a big crowd down so the Lions Club can get some more money out of it. I think it was forecast for a hotter day.
It's supposed to be like 41 in Melbourne, but it's been about 29, 30 down here. So this has been the place to be to get away from that heat. So
That's right.
Right on the coast for Queenscliff, and with that country breeze, that sea breeze and so forth, just perfect. So no worries, Dino. Thanks for your time there, mate. Appreciate the car, and looks fantastic.
We appreciate you being a sponsor too. Appreciate photography of the Queenscliff Rod Run.
Always, mate. Yep. Always wouldn't miss this event.
Much appreciated.
No worries. Thanks, Dino. We are here with Peter Olver, and Pete's just won himself one of the top 10 there with this 1932 pickup here, which looks fantastic. It was also at the Hot Rod Show where you picked up at the Hot Rod Show top pickup.
We did.
With it as well. So Pete's had this one for 10 months. It was a deluxe hot rod build, but Pete's detailed it to that point, taking it to that next level there. So Pete, can you tell us a little more about it? 8BA flathead, is it?
It is. It's a 24 stud. It's a flat attack Mike Davison engine built over in Victor Harbour. So Mike's done all that. It's got the Offenhauser intake, the twin Stromberg carburettor. It's all fully naturally rebuilt to Mike's specifications internally with his heads on it, and the headers and so forth. Runs beautifully, Greg.
Right.
Couldn't be more happy with the way it all runs. It's coupled to a 5-speed Toyota Supra gearbox, which runs then into the Ford 8 3/4 rear end.
Right. Okay.
We got the dropped axle front, 4-bar stainless throughout, and steers and just runs along absolutely sensational.
Beautiful.
It's an all steel car right through. As you see, it's the colour of it is off an Aston Martin.
Oh, there you go.
There you
wow.
go. 2010 Aston Martin was called Green Pearl.
But it suits, the colour suits this old car, you know. I mean, you get a modern colour sometimes and it doesn't suit an old car if that's the style you're going for, whereas this is a modern colour, but it's the right shade of green to suit an old pickup, isn't it?
Greg, look, you don't want them to date, and the thing about this, we hope that it won't do that with its white walls and moon caps and so forth.
It's timeless with that sort of look, yeah.
And that's exactly what we want. But I love it, Greg. Just love it, and yeah, looking forward to getting some miles in it and enjoying it.
Okay, so you'll drive it. Is it up for sale? I mean, you've got a lot of your cars have turned over. You've had a lot over the years, haven't you? A lot of trophy-winning cars and so forth, or everything has a price, and there's always something new to muck around with.
Greg, it's embarrassing sometimes that I get asked that question, and some people will say, "What's the best car you've ever had?" And I always say, "Oh, the next one," you know.
Right, yeah, which is why we moved on from the last one. Yeah,
so, but mate, look, with this little one here, we hope we can keep it for a good while and enjoy it. And, get some use. Come along to these events and just enjoy it. Yeah, I'm getting a bit older now, so it's time to wind the clock back, let's say.
Right, and just slow it down a bit. Right, okay,
and, you know, leave it up to you young blokes. You're the next lot coming through, and hey, if anyone knows this guy, he builds a top car, I'll tell you.
Thanks, Pete.
But,
and you've enjoyed the show this weekend?
I have.
It's been huge. There were big numbers, wasn't it?
You and I spoke earlier, and it's great to see a resurgence in hot rodding.
Yep.
And the young ones that are coming through, I think it's great for the sport. My own son, 3 days ago, has got himself into a 34 coupe.
Nice.
So this is what we want. You know, I'm old, so I've had my turn. It's the Gregs and the young ones now that'll carry this sport
and even
through.
the Hunters who are on behind the camera there. Yeah. He's got his L's and he's driving his dad's car, which you'll see in an upcoming next interview. Will be
well
one
done,
there.
Hunter. And this is what it's all about, Greg. And we're fortunate to be in this at this time to see.
Yeah, that's
what's
for sure.
740 odd entries
I think
today.
it was 709, wasn't it? And yet still massive numbers, you know.
So
that
can only be good for the sport.
That's right.
If my little car helps that in any way, mate, that's what it's all about.
Beautiful.
Fantastic, fantastic.
No worries, Pete. Well, thanks for your time, mate.
Thank you. You're
Safe
a
trip
gentleman.
home.
I always enjoy seeing you and catching up.
No worries. Thanks, Pete.
Take care, Greg.
We are here on the Sunday of the Queenscliff Rod Run, and we're here with Pete and his FB 1960 FB Holden Special. So it's the top edition, isn't it, of that era?
Yes. Yeah.
Now Pete's had this car for 8 years, but it's been on the road for 6. So this was a 2-year build. Now Pete's also been collecting, as you'll see in the footage, so he's been collecting stuff related to the 60s and so forth as well, because this is Pete's era. This is his prime time, because Pete's actually had one when you were 18. Your first car was a 1960 EK Special, was it? FB Special, sorry, we'll get that right. And it was virtually like a new car, as if you bought yourself a new Commodore or something these days there. So Pete, do you want to talk about your car here? How long did the build take? It was 2 years?
Build was 2 years, restoration, stripped it down to the bare shell and rebuilt it again.
So 138 grey motor rebuilt?
138 grey motor, all original 13-inch,
right.
630, cross-ply tyres.
Right, okay.
Did all original.
How do you find the cross-ply tyres on Victorian roads?
Yeah, a bit wandery.
You work the wheel.
Power steering's the arms.
Right, air conditioning's the window down, which has a winder, non-electric windows, so we've got all the winders. Right, vent windows there and everything. Now the teardrop caravan on the back is handmade and created by Pete himself. How long did that take?
Teardrop took me 3 months to build. Just made it up as I went along, no plans. Brought an old caravan, knocked the caravan off the chassis and remodeled the chassis, cut it down to lengthwise,
right,
widthwise, welded it back up again and started from there.
Right, yep. And
built
yeah, you
as I went along.
Right, fantastic. And so you're constantly collecting stuff from the 1960s and that sort of thing. So what is your prized possession that you've come across for that? That you thought, that's one of those ones you thought, I'm lucky to have come across this, found this.
Record.
The record player, yeah, the boombox record player.
Record player, cassette player and radio.
Right, yep, yeah.
Still working.
Still working, right, fantastic.
Plays records, plays at 45s, 78s and 33s.
Right, okay.
Records,
oh, fantastic.
They've got a lot more prized possessions.
And not only does Pete, it's not the car, the teardrop and everything in there, but Pete himself likes to dress, and we've seen him at many fashions on the field for Geelong Revival and so forth, and it's great to see. One of the very few guys who will put himself out there to do that, which is fantastic to see.
Do fashions on the field every year with them.
Right. And you enjoy this weekend?
It's good, yes.
It is, yeah, it's been a boom.
Get here early before it gets too hot.
Yep.
Get a shady spot.
Well, you've got a prime position. It looks fantastic here, like you're camping down the beach. Thanks for your time there, Pete.
Yes, all right, Greg.
And we'll see you enjoy the day.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Pete. Good.
Thanks again for joining us for another episode. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage of Queenscliff Rod Run, which was brought to you by the Geelong Street Rodders. We have got lots and lots of events still coming up in 2019, so if you see Greg and I out and about, please come up and say hello. And like I said, like our Facebook page, we would love if you did that, and if you jump across to YouTube and get those notifications when we've got new episodes coming up. We'll catch you around. Thanks for watching.